Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and guys, welcome to this important video where we will be discussing about the previous year paper for the examination of 2022 with respect to the objective paper of economic and social issues. Now this video guys will be helpful for both the aspirants if you are going to write the phase 2 of 2023 as well as for those aspirants if you are preparing for the 2024 examination. Because we always say guys, the understanding of previous year paper is very important. It's not that they will ask the same question from the previous year paper, because current development होते तो changes होंगी बिल्कुल होंगी, but it will give you an idea that what are the important things you should always keep in mind when you are preparing for the examination, so that you should know that if I am preparing this topic, these are the dimensions I have to cover, this depth I have to cover for the examination, and this thing will help me in solving this part of the examination. This is what we will be discussing in this specific video. Okay, so now guys, without wasting any time, let's start with our paper solving for the year 2022 of economic and social issues. Now here, if I talk about this paper guys, so we always know that the phase 2 examination, there is 30 questions in total, where we have 20 questions that are 2 markers and 10 questions which are 1 marker. So first of all, we'll be starting with the 2 marker questions here. Okay, so let's start with the first question here. The first question, that was the first paragraph based question that was in the examination, was one with respect to the One Nation One Ration Card scheme. Now before I talk about this all examination guys, I just wanted to tell you one thing here. This is a memory based paper. Okay, so all the paper that we have designed, we have talked to many of our students as well as to our associates who have gone to the examination, and based on their understanding, based on the inputs that we have got from you, we have made this specific paper. So it's not actually the perfect, but it's almost the perfect. Okay, so there was a paragraph on One Nation One Ration Card scheme. So this was clearly mentioned here, so which tells us that in this kind of schemes we do not have to think more and more on the paragraph. Scheme लिखी है तो directly go to the question here. Now the question was here, that is the scheme mentioned in the passage has been awarded with the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration 2020 on which of the following day. Now for the first thing to be remembered, we always say schemes play a very important role in the examination. So mind में पहला question क्या आता है, sir, do we have to remember the current reference of a scheme also, that why that scheme is news, why news पढ़ना है, क्यों पढ़ना है? देखिए ये क्वेश्चन आ गया पहला ही. ठीक है, this is why you should always be thorough about the current development related to the scheme. So when this award was basically given, so if I talk about this award, so there were these options given here. So this was given on 15 Civil Services Day, that is in the month of April. So which tells us guys कि आपका पेपर जो था जून में आपका एग्जामिनेशन था और आपका अप्रैल में this award was given, which means 3 months prior. You should always be thorough about that specific scheme here. Now, so if I talk about this thing, the second question was with respect to the scheme mentioned in the passage has been implemented nationwide under which of the following act. Core feature of the scheme, implementing agency, यानी कि कौन से act के अंदर है, clear cut implementation question. So it was, we know One Nation One Ration Card scheme, it is implemented under the National Food Security Act of 2013. So this was the answer for this specific question. So this is the thing guys, if you know the basic, तो I will not say कि आपको सिर्फ वहीं पे अटक जाना है, नहीं आया, move to the next question. There will be easy questions also here. Now the third question, if I talk about guys, this is somewhat the question that has been asked when we see in this examination. So the question was covered in our scheme sub document also. Okay, if I talk about, so in this examination, in this paper guys, I will also be telling what are the things that were already covered in our documents also. Okay, now this is a most important question that says that in case of non-supply of the entitled quantities of the food grains or meals which were to be entitled under the scheme that is mentioned in the passage, okay, which says that the person shall be entitled to receive food security allowances from the concerned state government, okay, with the manner as may be prescribed by the central government. So this is the thing that was not actually a core part of One Nation One Ration Card scheme. It is a core part of National Food Security Act, which actually says कि NFSA के अंदर अगर आपको जो फूड प्रोवाइड करना है वो किस चीज के अंदर प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा. So this was the question that has been asked. So the allowances were governed under which of the following act? So this is basically governed under the Food Security Allowances Rules of 2015. Now this is one thing to be understood, guys, if you are preparing for the examination. Just if I talk about 2023 also, the point is, guys, कि आपको यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना है कि अगर कोई स्कीम न्यूज में है और उसी के रिगार्डिंग जो सब स्कीम है या फिर कोई कोर कंपोनेंट है दैट इज ऑल्सो बीन सीन इन न्यूज, यू शुड बी थॉर अबाउट दैट थिंग ऑल्सो, बिकॉज हियर द थिंग वाज इंटर रिलेशन वाज मेड here. So the question was Food Security Allowances Rules of 2015, which was directly picked from the website of National Food Security Act. Then the next question was again a current affairs based question, which was said that as on February 2022, the scheme mentioned in the passage was implemented in how many states and union territories. Now if you look at this kind of question, guys, this is again a thing. अब मैं आपको ये बताता हूँ, आपका एग्जामिनेशन आई थिंक जून एंड में था और वन नेशन वन राशन कार्ड में just 4 to 5 days before the examination, the major update was that 36 states were now being the part of this specific scheme. 36 states और यूटीज उन्होंने बोला कि पार्ट बन चुकी हैं. तब वहां पे एक लाइन लिखी हुई थी, ठीक है जी, कि एज ऑन February earlier there were 35 states. So this is clearly being defined in the syllabus. They were not talking about the June month, recent one. They said the February में कितनी थी, तो February में थे आपके 35 states और यूटीज were basically implementing this specific scheme. So this was about the one nation one ration card scheme, guys. So I always say if that scheme is again seen in news, you should have a thorough understanding about that specific scheme also. Then there was a question on paragraph on Smile scheme. Now if I talk about Smile scheme, this is a scheme that was launched in the month of Feb. तो फेब में ये स्कीम लॉन्च हुई थी. तो विच आई ऑलवेज से दैट डिजायरेबल इज 8 months, 6 months बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो वो 6 months की रेंज में ये स्कीम थी जो लॉन्च हुई है, दैट यू शुड ऑलवेज लर्न. नाउ हाउ टू रिमेंबर दिस स्कीम? इट सेज इट्स अ स्कीम ऑफ सोशल जस्टिस एंड एम्पावरमेंट. नथिंग अबाउट द स्कीम वाज गिवन. इट सेज Department of Social Justice and Empowerment is launching the scheme where the purpose is to provide welfare to the transgender community. Now if you have gone through that specific scheme, this was the core objective of the Smile scheme, that is to provide welfare measures to the transgender community. From here we could understand it is talking about Smile scheme here. Now the first question was, under the scheme the shelter homes where food, clothing, recreational facilities will be provided. ठीक है, it will be provided under which? So what is the name of that specific shelter home? उसका नाम क्या दिया गया? That was basically asked in the examination. So if you look at the core features of the Smile scheme, they are clearly mentioned that Garima Grah basically are the shelter homes which will be providing this all kind of facilities like opportunities, recreational activities as well as medical support here. Then the next question, ठीक है जी. So next question basically क्या था? Which among the following statements are correct with respect to the above mentioned scheme? They said that the skill development and livelihood is provided under the PM Daksh scheme of the department. There will be setting up of a beggar protection cell. Then it says it provides scholarships for the students who are studying in class 9th till post graduation, so that it would enable them to complete their education. Now if you have gone through the scheme, अब यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस क्या थी? 1, 2 and 3, only 3, 1, 2 and 3, both 1 and 3. So these are kind of options that were given here. So now if I talk about the thing, the answer here was both 1 and 3, because it's not beggar protection cell, it's basically transgender protection cell जो यहाँ पे बने थे, that was under the scheme that was set up here. So there were transgender protection cells that was set up here. Now if I talk about the next thing, so you always say कि सर allocation amount याद करें, कोई scheme launch हुई है. I always say guys, whenever a new scheme is launched, the allocation amount is very important. Why? You look at this question that is here. Very easy question on budget allocation. अब आपको क्या लगता है कि सारी स्कीम पर नहीं, जो recently launched है उसका allocation बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यही लिखा है, Ministry has allocated how much rupees to the scheme from 21-22 to till which year the money has been allocated, initial allocation. The money answer was 365 crores were given for the initial allocation of 25-26. Okay ji. So this was about your Smile scheme. That was the second paragraph there. Then there was a paragraph next that is basically on the Raisina dialogue here. So now guys, this is one question that was quite unexpected, when nobody was expecting this kind of question in the examination. अब यहाँ पे learning क्या है, कैसे आप इन questions को solve कर सकते हो? देखो, अब इस paragraph को ध्यान से समझिए. It says it's India's flagship conference on geopolitical and geoeconomics, which is held since 2016. It's organized by Ministry of External Affairs ठीक है जी. Then it says there is 100 sections and more than 90 countries. This is the kind of things that have been discussed here. Most important thing was that was highlighted in the paragraph was this thing. The theme for the year is Terra Nova, impatient and imperiled. Okay, so this was the important thing where students kind of click के किसकी बात हो रही है. Now look at the question here. The question was which of the following refers to the above mentioned paragraph. ठीक है जी. अब आपने अगर सब कुछ पढ़ा है, that's really good. But if you know nothing, just make some kind of calculations here. It's India's geopolitical conference. So BRICS is not India's geopolitical conference. It's a multiple country geopolitical conference. Asia and India is not a member, so India की conference तो है ही नहीं. G7 India is not a member here. Same goes with UN Ocean Conference. इंडिया तो नहीं ना कर रहा. देखो क्या लिखा है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स कराता है. तो यूएन ओशन कॉन्फ्रेंस में मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स का तो कोई रोल ही नहीं है. ठीक है ना. तो द आंसर बिकेम रायसीना डायलॉग. नाउ दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग व्हेन आई नो द ऑप्शंस. अगर आपको ऑप्शंस ऐसी दिखती हैं तो दिस इज समहाउ यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट दिस थिंग आल्सो इन द माइंड. आई नो कि बहुत एग्जाम प्रेशर होगा, बट ये चीज आपको ध्यान रखने की. इफ यू नो द बेसिक्स आल्सो you could solve this kind of questions. Otherwise the theme you should always remember. So this was the thing here. The next question on this Raisina dialogue was the side events has taken place in which among the following places? Los Angeles, Berlin या फिर Washington DC में. So I could say this is a very difficult question that has been asked in the examination. और यहाँ पे क्या है, एक ही चीज है, whenever you are reading any kind of conferences or any things which are important with respect to ESI, you should read these things in thoroughly. You should read these things thoroughly. तो यहाँ पे आंसर क्या था? यहाँ पे आंसर था आपका that is it has taken place in Berlin and Washington DC. That was the answer here. And that was again a thing. If you know about this kind of difficult question, that was again being covered under our current time magazine, that is under the economic and social issues section. So this was clearly mentioned. कहाँ पे ये चीज आपकी हुई है. ठीक है जी. अगला आ जाता है which of the following statements are true with respect to this specific conference. President of the European Commission Ursula Leyen basically joined the inaugural edition as a chief guest here. One of the 6 thematic pillars is rethinking democracy, trade, tech, and technology. This event is exclusively attended by the Quad group. So with that, talk about this thing here. So this makes a conferencing. ठीक है, जहां पे थोड़े से बच्चे कंफ्यूज हो गए, सर G20 में कंफ्यूजन क्यों आई या ब्रिक्स में क्यों आई, क्योंकि ये वाली स्टेटमेंट्स लिखी हुई थी. Again, if you have gone thoroughly about this specific conference, that's good. अगर नहीं पढ़ा होगा तो फिर ये क्वेश्चन मुश्किल हो जाएगा. Again, the understanding for us is we have to thoroughly read these things. So the answer here was that is both 1 and 2 will be the answer here. ठीक है जी. तो यहाँ पे क्वाड मेंबर्स ने कोई भी ऐसी समिट जो थी वो अटेंड नहीं की थी. Then there was again a question that was basically asked from the ESA, that is on the India-Australia Economic Cooperation Trade Agreement. So guys, previous year we was expecting many questions. तो इस टाइम पे इंडिया यूए कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप एक्ट बहुत ज्यादा हाईलाइट हुआ था, तो क्वेश्चंस वर एक्सपेक्टेड देयर. बट क्योंकि इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन एग्रीमेंट भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था, तो उसके ऊपर भी आपका क्वेश्चन जो एक्सपेक्टेड था. तो क्या था, देखो, India has recently signed an economic cooperation and trade agreement with a developed country. The agreement encompasses cooperation, and this was the thing that was mentioned here. ठीक है जी. यहाँ पे लिखा 2 friendly countries and covers area like goods, services, trade and services, technical barriers, sanitary measures. ठीक है ना. This is the thing here. So the question was the above mentioned passage is discussing about which among the following agreements. So the answer was, so now you can see here. It has talked about India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement also, but it was actually not a economic cooperation agreement. It was a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. So the answer here was India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement. Again, guys, I will be saying you should read each and every perspective of news that is there in the news. अगर आपके एग्जाम से रिलेटेड चीजें हैं तो आपको अच्छी तरह पढ़नी है for the examination. Okay? Then the next question. Now this is a very important question, guys. I will say this is kind of एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन जो कि आपको छोड़ना है. After the signing of the trade agreements mentioned in the passage, so far how many free trade agreements have been signed by the India? This is a clear cut question जो कि आपको छोड़ देना है, because हर बार आपको एग्जामिनेशन में ऐसे क्वेश्चन देखने को मिलेंगे और आपको छोड़ देना है, because nobody knows कि कितने एग्रीमेंट साइन हुए हैं. ठीक है जी. So that's I always say कि इस तरह के क्वेश्चन अगर आपको एग्जाम में देखने को मिलते हैं, बेटर टू लीव दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. जहां पे दिल पे नहीं लेना कि नहीं करना ही करना है, छोड़ दो. सो हियर इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द आंसर एक्चुअली वाज दैट इज 13 FTAs वर बेसिकली साइंड हियर. देन The next question was, consider the following statements on the signed agreement and identify the correct statement. It will enable the economic cooperation between the two countries. It is the first trade agreement of India with a developed country after more than a decade. It says both the countries are part of the supply chain resilient initiative. So this was a question that was being asked here. So if I talk about this thing, guys, यहाँ पे सभी के सभी स्टेटमेंट जो थी वो करेक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट. दिस इज एन एग्रीमेंट दैट वाज साइंड इन अप्रैल. तो अगेन आई से लास्ट 6 मंथ्स वाला जो पॉइंट है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है यहाँ पे, अभी भी देखो तो वो बहुत अच्छी तरह बढ़ के जाने हैं. ठीक है जी. नाउ इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट थिंग, नाउ अंडर द एग्रीमेंट दैट इज मेंशन्ड इन द पैसेज, India will be offering preferential access over 70% of its tariff lines, which will be provided under which of the following act. Now, this is the question where they have interlinked the current with the static. So, this means you should also have a thorough understanding of the static also, because ये चीज नहीं है कि नहीं सर सिर्फ करंट पढ़ना है, नहीं, आपको स्टैटिक भी पढ़ना चाहिए. You should able to understand the implication of the current on static. That's the point here. So completely नहीं छोड़ना है, implication आपको पता होनी चाहिए. So if I talk about the thing here they have given the option like Custom Tariff Act, IGST, Customs and Excise Act. तो यहाँ पे आंसर बन जाएगा आपका basically that is the first option, that is only Customs Tariff Act was the option, was the answer here. Okay. Then guys, this was a question on the human capital index. ठीक है जी. So they have that human capital is the knowledge, skills and health and people community thing. Now this is X is an international metric that benchmarks the key components of the human capital across economics. It was launched in 2018 as a part of human capital project. तो यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी इंडेक्स का नाम नहीं दिया था, बट यहाँ पे सिर्फ ये क्या लिखा था कि वर्ल्ड बैंक प्रेसिडेंट डेविड मालपास ने बोला इसके बारे में दैट ड्यू टू कोरोना वायरस इनइक्वालिटी जो है वो बढ़ी है. नाउ दिस वाज बेसिकली टॉकिंग अबाउट ह्यूमन कैपिटल इंडेक्स व्हिच वाज रिलीज्ड वे बैक बिफोर द एग्जामिनेशन. Now again I will say guys, if these kind of questions are there in the examination, तो ये चीज आपको फिर ये सोच के जाना है कि अगर आपको नहीं आता तो वो किसी को नहीं आता, बिकॉज देश इज अ लिमिटेशन फॉर करंट अफेयर्स. बट यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट लर्निंग क्या है, बिकॉज ये एक रिपोर्ट थी जो 2 साल या 3 साल में एक बार आती है, तो ये आपको पीरियोडिक रिपोर्ट्स भी आइडिया होना चाहिए. अगर कोई ऐसी रिपोर्ट है जो बायएनुअल है या फिर 3 इयर्स में एक बार आती है, 4 इयर्स में एक बार आती है, वो भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए. ठीक है जी. So if I talk about this thing, it says India has been ranked at which position in the latest edition of the World Bank's report that is mentioned here, after increasing the score of 0.4 from to which percentage. So this is again a difficult question. That was 116 and that was from 0.49. ठीक है जी. So I will again say guys, this is the kind of question which was really difficult to attempt, because nobody will be of you will be reading the current affairs of 2 years back. तो ऐसे नहीं पढ़ने. अगर क्वेश्चन आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आते तो वो सभी के लिए हैं. यू हैव टू बी काम देयर एंड ट्राई टू थिंक अबाउट दैट थिंग. ठीक है जी. देन इट सेज द रिपोर्ट which of the following data for 174 countries which is covering 98% of world's population up to March 2022, that is the it is talking about the parameters of the report. So parameters आपको पता होने चाहिए. तो parameters कौन से थे जी? सर्वाइवल, हेल्थ और एजुकेशन. So here if I talk about human capital index, it's 2 and 3 because survival is not a component here. ठीक है जी. तो यहाँ पे हेल्थ और एजुकेशन होता है, सर्वाइवल नहीं होता है. तो दिस वाज द थिंग अबाउट द दैट स्पेसिफिक रिपोर्ट, दैट इज द पैरामीटर ऑफ दैट रिपोर्ट. Then the next question was, how many countries have joined the World Bank's human capital project, participating and taking the action in the 3 distinct areas? So the thing here was that is कितनी countries थी? तो आंसर is 83. So this was one question which was a googly question for the students of the previous examination. Learning यहाँ पे क्या है, अगर कोई रिपोर्ट ऐसी है जो कि 2 साल 3 साल में आती है, you should have an idea of that report. That's point number 1. Second is, if you look at these kind of questions, better is to stay calm there. ठीक है. Move on to the next thing. If you got some idea, try to attempt this question. Otherwise you can leave this kind of question in the examination. क्योंकि ये लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चन आपको पेपर में देखने को मिलेंगे, एंड एवरी ईयर यू काइंड ऑफ सी दिस थिंग इन द आरबी एग्जामिनेशन. नेक्स्ट वाज अ पैराग्राफ ऑन दी प्रधानमंत्री आदर्श ग्राम योजना. हियर आल्सो द नेम ऑफ द स्कीम इज क्लियरली मेंशन्ड, व्हिच मींस यार अगर जहां पे स्कीम का नाम मेंशन्ड है तो आपको आगे बढ़ना ही नहीं, आप सिंपल स्कीम का नाम देखो और आगे बढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो. ठीक है जी. चलिए. सो फर्स्ट इज व्हिच अमंग द फॉलोइंग स्टेट was not included in the initial pilot phase of the scheme, which means whenever you are looking at the scheme बैकग्राउंड की फीचर्स में जो इनिशियल फेस है बैकग्राउंड वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो वही चीज यहां पे पूछी है, विच मीन्स थॉरो अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ स्कीम इज ऑलवेज इंपॉर्टेंट। तो कोई भी ऐसा डायमेंशन नहीं है जो आप बोलो के छोड़ के चले जाओ, थॉरोली पढ़नी ही है स्कीम, बड़ी है कोई चक्कर नहीं पर पढ़नी है, दैट्स वन थिंग यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग। ठीक है जी, चलिए। सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस थिंग, इट वाज आंध्र प्रदेश, सो दीज वर द इन कंट्रीज व्हिच वर पार्ट है, राजस्थान, असम, बिहार, तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश पार्ट यहां पे नहीं था। ठीक है जी। So you can see here in the key features, the scheme was implemented in a pilot phase in 2009-10. So this was the states where it got implemented. So that's the point number one. यानी कि background पता होना चाहिए initial level की scheme के बारे में. Then is as per the प्रधानमंत्री आवास आदर्श ग्राम योजना to capture the gaps in the critical socio-economic monitorable indicators as a part of various sectors or domains, how many socio-economic monitorable indicators have been identified? So this is basically the questions are all from the key features here. कितने monitorable indicators हैं? That is 50. तो मतलब key features में indicators, parameters, tenure, targets, that factual part is very very important for the examination. Then the next question was, guys, basically with respect to the scheme is, if I talk about which of the following district has won the best district award? Again you can see here, this is the question that is asked from द करंट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ स्कीम। जैसे कि कुछ मेजर अचीव हुआ है तो आपको पता होना चाहिए किसने मिला है बेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट अवार्ड। दिस वाज बेसिकली बीइंग प्रेजेंटेड टू हमीरपुर इन हिमाचल प्रदेश व्हिच रिसीव्ड द ग्रेटेस्ट अवार्ड देयर। सो दिस वाज अगेन अ स्कीम दैट वाज सीन इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल। अप्रैल में न्यूज में था। ठीक है जी, आप देख सकते हो 3rd of अप्रैल में दिस थिंग वाज बेसिकली सीन इन न्यूज। नाउ if I talk about these were the 12 mark questions, now let's talk about the 1 mark questions here। अब यहां पे देखिए क्या था, यहां पे सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज था स्कीम्स आपको कहीं ना कहीं पता है, बट आपको सबसे पहले स्कीम की थॉरो अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी। यहां पे आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग चेक ज्यादा हो रही है। सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड स्कीम इज बेसिकली सीन इन न्यूज। यू हैव टू टेल मी फॉलोइंग पर्संस हैव अप्लाइड फॉर द स्कीम whose application will be accepted. Lady from HUF who has invested 12 kilograms in sovereign gold bond in the 2017 series. Then it says lady who has bought bonds in the name of her minor daughter in 2017 series. Lady who has bought 50 grams in 2016 series. अब यहाँ पे कौन कौन एप्लीकेंट्स whose application will be accepted here हमें पता है। अब देखो यहाँ पे बेसिक है, लेडी वर्णी। पहला पॉइंट आता है HUF। HUF में क्या था, HUF का 12 kg इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है, ठीक है, इन अ सिंगल ईयर। देन इट सेज कैन अ पर्सन, ठीक है, माइनर के बिहाफ पे क्या जो गार्डियन है वो परचेज कर सकता है। देन इज लेडी हु हैज बॉट 50 ग्राम्स, क्या 50 ग्राम्स गोल्ड लिया जा सकता है। तो यहां पे आंसर क्या बना 2 and 3 बिकॉज 1 ग्राम मिनिमम है, मैक्सिमम तो पता है 4 kg 20 kg। यहां पे HUF वाला पॉइंट था बिकॉज बेसिक्स वाज टेक्स्ट हियर, दे हैव नॉट गिवन यू बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन कि HUF कितना होता है। ये उन्होंने केस स्टडी बनाई, तुम्हें पता है HUF के लिए 4 kg, दैट्स व्हाई द फर्स्ट लेडीज एप्लीकेशन विल बी रिजेक्टेड हियर। सो यू शुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग एंड आई एम अगेन सेइंग गाइस, सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड्स की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। 22 में आया है, 23 में फेज 1 में भी आया है। तो दिस ईयर ऑल यू कैन स्टिल एक्सपेक्ट अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड, ठीक है। So that's one thing because it's a very important scheme of RBI. Next question was, who among the followings are eligible to receive the benefits under the Kisan Man Dhan Yojana? Here again, it's a case study that is being asked here. It's not a straightforward question. Now, it says Anil is a 46-year-old having 5 hectares of cultivable land has recently applied under the scheme. Harsh is 35 years old, applies for the scheme with an expectation of receiving a minimum assured pension of 3,000 per month after attaining the age of 60 years. Sahil is 36-year-old and is enrolled himself under the national pension system. Now remember here, यहाँ पे 2 चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है। 40, एक तो ईयर, कौन से ईयर, एज लिमिट क्या वो जस्टिफाई कर रहा है। सेकेंड इज द की फीचर्स ऑफ द स्कीम, एलिजिबिलिटी फीचर्स ऑफ द स्कीम। ओके, सो विच मीन्स यू शुड बी थॉरो अबाउट द फीचर्स, डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज। और घबराना नहीं, केस स्टडी पूछा उन्होंने बेसिक है बट पूछा घुमा के है, दैट्स वन थिंग हियर, ठीक है जी। हमें पता है एनपीएस वाला पार्ट नहीं होता है, तो देखो 3 तो कट गया, तो आंसर बन जाएगा ओनली 2, क्योंकि फर्स्ट क्यों नहीं है 46 ईयर्स, एज कितने होते हैं 18 to 40 ईयर्स। तो यही देखो यहाँ पे जब मैं आपको क्वेश्चन दिखाऊंगा यही चीज यहाँ पे हुई है। व्हाट हैज हैपेंड हियर, एंट्री एज इज 18 to 40 ईयर्स, सो दैट्स व्हाई 46% गॉट रिजेक्टेड। देन इज cultivable land is up to 2 hectares, that's a point number 2, and then the next point was that is कि ही शुड नॉट बी अ मेंबर ऑफ एनपीएस, सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम का पार्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, सो दैट्स व्हाई एनपीएस वाला पॉइंट भी यहां पे कट किया। ठीक है जी, चलिए लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस वाज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू, अगेन नाउ हियर अ matching question was given here, again a case study based question here. It says Ram wants to increase the breed of his milk cattle, so you have to match the scheme with the other scheme. She is the member, that is there is some lady, she is a member of SC community and wants to set up a greenfield project. A married woman recently shifted to the city with her husband and they both need a shelter here. So under which scheme they will get a shelter here? So they have asked you the question here, that is which of the following, match the following and find the correct pair here. So if I talk about this thing guys, breeding of milk cattle की बात कहां पे होती है, गोकुल मिशन की बात होती है, तो यहां पे ई आ जाएगा आंसर। ठीक है जी, शी इज द मेंबर ऑफ एससी कम्युनिटी, एससी कम्युनिटी की बात, बट क्या हो रहा है, ग्रीनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट, स्टैंड अप इंडिया में ही ग्रीनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट के लिए फंडिंग होती है, वी हैव डिस्कस दैट थिंग। देन आता है मैरिड कपल, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा आपका वन स्टॉप सेंटर। सो दिस वाज बेसिकली थिंग दैट वाज देयर इन द एग्जामिनेशन। ठीक है, तो यहां पे आंसर बन जाएगा ए, ई एंड बी, एफ इज द आंसर दैट इज गिवन करेक्ट here. Okay, now the learning again here is guys, you have to be thorough about each and every part of the scheme. They could ask you anything, aim, objective, key feature, everything is important. It's not just that they have asked the question on aim, so I should only remember about aim. No, you should be thorough about the scheme. That's the most important thing from the perspective of the schemes here. ठीक है जी, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन था, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स हियर आर करेक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द भूमि राशि पोर्टल। सो भूमि राशि पोर्टल इज समथिंग दैट इज सीन इन न्यूज। ठीक है जी, दैट इज गवर्नमेंट हैज स्टार्टेड ट्रांसफरिंग द कंपनसेशन डायरेक्टली टू द बेनिफिशियरी अकाउंट। इट इज नाउ इंटीग्रेटेड विद द पब्लिक फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम प्लेटफॉर्म and the portal has made mandatory for all the project implementing agency. So अगर मैं भूमि राशि पोर्टल की बात करूं, ये भी इट्स वन ऑफ अ काइंड ऑफ अ स्कीम व्हिच वाज देयर इन सीन इन न्यूज। ठीक है, सो हियर अगेन ऑल द स्टेटमेंट्स वर गिवन हियर, दैट इज राइट हियर। भूमि राशि पोर्टल भी आपको कहीं ना कहीं फरवरी के मंथ में न्यूज में था। ठीक है, इट वाज इन द सेशन, आई थिंक इट वाज नॉट फरवरी, अप्रैल के सेशन में ये आपका न्यूज में था। सो अगेन आई विल से लास्ट 3 मंथ्स, देखो लास्ट 6 मंथ्स कितने कोर हैं यहाँ पे, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर। Then the next was again a case study based question. Rahul has recently completed his graduation with a professional degree. He is interested in doing an internship and has been sent to the National Cooperative Development Council, which means it's a scheme of NCDC. That's point 2, number 1, that is given in this case study. Under which one of the following scheme Rahul will be enrolled to gain experience of working in the self-reliant कैटेगरी? सो हियर इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस थिंग गाइस, तो यहां पे आंसर क्या था, यहां पे आंसर बन जाएगा सहकार मित्रा स्कीम ऑन इंटर्नशिप। सो दिस इज अगेन अ स्कीम दैट वाज बीइंग लॉन्च्ड बाय एनसीडीसी। अब देखो यहां पे बच्चा, आप सोचोगे सर बाकी क्यों नहीं, बिकॉज एनसीडीसी वाज गिवन ना, वो एनसीडीसी के पास गया तो इसका मतलब स्कीम एनसीडीसी इंप्लीमेंट कर रही होगी। दैट्स पॉइंट नंबर 1 टू बी रिमेंबर्ड हियर। ठीक है जी, सो इट्स सहकार मित्र स्कीम ऑन इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम, देखो कोऑपरेटिव्स को असिस्ट करने के लिए, एक्सपीरियंस गेन करने के लिए, और एनसीडीसी जो है इस पे रोल प्ले करती है। दैट्स व्हाई दिस वाज द आंसर हियर। Then guys, the next is which of one of the following is not the objective of the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. So you can see here that now in the RBI examination also agriculture schemes are being asked. It's not that you do not have to read agriculture schemes. You have to read the important agriculture schemes or even the schemes of Ministry of Rural Development. That's important for the examination. Okay, so that is again a very important learning which we can take from this examination. Now here it says the options were, that is enhancement of production and productivity, doubling of income of fishers and farmers, strengthen the infrastructure and post harvest management, free education to the children of fishers under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, and providing social, physical and economical security. हमें पता है मत्स्य संपदा योजना में सब कुछ मिलता है, इवन ग्रुप एक्सीडेंटल इंश्योरेंस भी मिलती है, बट कहीं पे भी फ्री एजुकेशन की बात नहीं होती है। सो दैट वाज द आंसर हियर, दैट्स ऑप्शन नंबर डी। सो इफ यू हैव गॉन थ्रू द स्कीम्स गाइस, यू कैन इजीली सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन। अगर आपने स्कीम्स को अच्छी तरह पढ़ा है, यू कैन सॉल्व दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस देयर। सो इट्स नॉट दैट होल द एग्जामिनेशन इज केस स्टडी बेस्ड, मिक्सचर होगा, कुछ इजी क्वेश्चन भी आपको देखने को मिलेंगे, बट यू शुड बी एबल टू कवर दैट थिंग। ठीक है, देन इज कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द वाया वंदना योजना एंड आइडेंटिफाई द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट हियर। Tenure of the policy under the Matsya Sampada Yojana is 10 years. Then it says, Vaya Bandhana Yojana is 10 years. One can invest the maximum amount of rupees 70,000 under the Pradhan Mantri Vaya Bandhana Yojana. Pensions will be payable as per the frequency of monthly, quarterly, half yearly and yearly as per the preference which is given by the pensioner at the time of purchase. So now Vaya Bandhana Yojana, launch year, aim, eligibility. Question is key feature of a scheme. So that's the thing here कि अब आपने 5 बेसिक्स पढ़े, की फीचर छोड़ दिए तो ये क्वेश्चन नहीं होगा. तो वही चीज मैं बार बार रिपीट कर रहा हूं, क्वेश्चंस आपको जब भी आप स्कीम पढ़ रहे हैं, स्पेशली फॉर द फेस टू एग्जामिनेशन गाइस, यू शुड बी थॉरो अबाउट द स्कीम. दैट्स द थिंग टू बी रिमेंबर्ड हियर. ठीक है जी. सो हियर द आंसर इज दैट इज बोथ 1 and 3 विल बी द आंसर हियर. ठीक है जी. क्योंकि कितना इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है? 1 can invest, that is pension is payable at the end of each year during the policy term of 10 years. That's point number 1. ठीक है जी. Second point is person can invest 15 lakh per senior citizen. ठीक है जी. That's the thing that was given here. चलिए. Next is consider the following statements on PM E-Vidya scheme and identify the correct statement here. So PM E-Vidya scheme, that is scheme with respect to education, was asked in the examination. ठीक है जी. अब यार ये नहीं है कि मैं आपको बोलूं कि आपको इस साल सिलेबस चेंज हुआ है तो एजुकेशन छोड़ दो, बिकॉज स्टिल वी हैव सीन द एग्जामिनेशंस, द क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम दैट थिंग दैट वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड इन द फेस 1 एग्जामिनेशन. So I will say you should read about these sectors, but read them at the end. That's the point you should remember here. So PM E-Vidya scheme, guys. Okay, if I talk about the thing here, identify the correct statement. It will enable digital online access. It includes extensive use of radio communication and radio podcasts. Special e-content for children with special needs, especially for visually and hearing impaired learners will be there. So if I talk about this scheme, so answer was that all the statements given here are right. So this was again from the key feature of the scheme where the question has been asked in the examination. Then guys, if I talk about the second last question, that was about the Stand Up India scheme. So you can see Stand Up India scheme में पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन भी आया और आपका यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन एक स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड भी आया था. Consider the following statements with respect to the Stand Up India scheme. It says the bank loan between rupees 10 lakh to 1 crore for at least one SC or ST borrowers is provided. That's the point number 1. The loan shall be repayable in up to 7 years with a moratorium period of 36 months. The rate of interest applicable on the loan would be the lowest applicable rate of the bank category, which should not exceed the MCLM, marginal cost of lending rate of plus minus 4% of tenure premium. So this is about the key features, that is with respect to the loan that is provided under this specific scheme. So again a question from key features. So the answer here was that is only the first statement given here was right here. ठीक है जी. ठीक है. तो MCLR कितना था? 3%. दैट्स व्हाई द थिंग हियर. और 85% प्रोजेक्ट में आपको लोन मिलता है. देन वाज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन इफ टॉक अबाउट, दैट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू पीएम केयर स्कीम्स. सो द बेनिफिट्स अंडर द पीएम केयर स्कीम for children have been announced recently. That says children who have lost the parents or legal guardian or adoptive parents surviving, they are eligible to apply for the PM Cares for Children scheme. A portal has been launched to register the children under the scheme and also facilitates the approval and all of the systems of the children. Then it says all eligible children will be added as a beneficiary under the Ayushman Bharat scheme with a health insurance coverage of rupees 1 lakh. So if I talk about this thing guys, यहाँ पे आपकी फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड स्टेटमेंट जो है वो करेक्ट है. ठीक है जी. Because it says all children will be enrolled as a beneficiary of Ayushman Bharat with the health insurance of rupees 5 lakh, not with the health insurance of rupees 2 lakh. नहीं, तो 1 lakh नहीं है, यहाँ पे 5 lakh था. So guys, this was about your examination for the year 2022. So I hope you have taken the important learnings from this examination. Yes, it was seen in the previous examination that government schemes play a very important role in the examination. So you should be thorough about the government schemes and all the important things like each and every dimension. I will not say 5 पढ़ लो 6 पढ़ लो. आपको हर एक इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम पढ़नी है जो कि पिछले 6 मंथ्स में या फिर 8 मंथ्स में न्यूज में है. Second point is you cannot neglect the reports as well as the current affairs part. Yes, the questions from reports were less here, but you do not know that they might ask question here also. And with respect to ESA current affairs, whichever the thing you are reading, read it thoroughly. That's the most important thing which is rare in the examination. So If you guys are now preparing for the 2024 examination, guys, so EduTap is providing you a very important thing here, that is we are providing you two types of courses if you are preparing for the examination. One is a comprehensive course for your preparation of phase 1 and phase 2, that is our gold package here, where you will be getting each and everything with respect to the phase 1, phase 2, as well as the interview guidance will be provided here. Now guys, there are some students जिनका QRE अच्छा होता है, उनको phase 2 में ज्यादा पढ़ना है, core components पढ़ने हैं, so they have the option, second option available, that is silver package here. We are not providing the QRE part, so the only GA part will be provided here. Along with that, the full guidance for phase 2 as well as the interview guidance will be provided here. And you can, I'm not saying कि जब आया बस आप कर लीजिए. You can see the sample materials that are provided to you in the description below. And to know more about this offers, guys, or more about these things, you can drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in, or you can also look at the links that are given in the description below. I hope, guys, this solving of the previous year paper has really helped you and has given you an eye opener. What are the things you have to focus with respect to economic and social issues in the examination? So again, wishing you all the best for the examination. Keep preparing hard, keep working hard. Bye bye.